This episode today is not a crazy medical story, although you could kind of say it's a crazy medical story because it's related to me and related to Haitians. And I'm a Haitian-American. So Haitians have been in the news again, unfortunately for not so good things, but I wanted to kind of directly address what's been said and the rumors that have been said. Welcome back to another episode where I help younger physicians decrease stress and increase income by transitioning from corporate to independent practices, even without any business experience. About the Haitian community, I guess in Ohio, or but potentially were doing things that were not in the norm. And, it's just kind of annoying to hear things, see rumors, and actually see things that may or may not be true on the internet, because we rely on the internet so much these days that sometimes we don't know what's true. And I know there's 4 things that are true about Haitians. And I wanted to go over 4 traits that I think are important for physicians to know about Haitians before making any judgments or saying things that are basically unfounded. And the first thing is that Haitians are hardworking. We are hardworking because we did not have a lot growing up in Haiti. I grew up in Haiti. I was born in the U.S. and grew up in Haiti until I graduated high school and came back for college and medical school. And we didn't have much. And so whatever we had, we worked hard for it. And that is a trait that many people can say that are about Haitians that can be said is that we're hardworking. So we come to the States and we just want to succeed and we want to make money. We want to do better for our families. And many Haitians actually send money to Haiti to help those that are in need and help their families. So that's number 1. Number 2 is resilience. I think Haitians are resilient. I know that I have that as a trait in myself. Things that has happened to me in my life has created that resilience because, again, we grew up with not much. And so when we have it and we have the opportunity, we see failure and we see things that are not what we planned for. We find a way to get it done. And so that's something that unless you grow up in a country like Haiti, you don't realize what you have. And so we become very resilient when we see things that are not going our way because we know that it could be worse. The third trait is something that it's hard to explain unless you grew up in Haiti and understand where it comes from. And that is pride. Haitians are very prideful people. And I think it has a lot to do with the history of our country. Haiti was a slave country. We were enslaved by the French. And in 1804, we kicked the French out and we became the first slave revolt country in the world, or the country that was formed after a slave revolt. And we actually helped many slaves in the U.S. And the Caribbean in their freedoms. So this is something that is not known, or if it is known, it's not taught a lot in in school. But Haitians are prideful, and it is because, and in part because we felt very strongly about kicking the French out and gaining our independence as a first free Black slave revolt country in the world. That's the third trait. And the fourth trait is that we don't eat pets routinely. We don't eat animals that we raise. And I know that, there's some controversy and there's some things said in the media recently, which, I find absolutely ridiculous. And to say that Haitians are eating pets and that's what we do is somewhat ridiculous. And I actually tried to find where these things were said, and the internet is so full of nonsense sometimes that it's hard to see what's true. But it would be like saying that all white people hate Black people and that they want slavery back. It would be ridiculous. It would be like saying all Black people like fried chicken. So it's just stupid. And I wanted to address that in this episode. Yeah, it's not a crazy medical story, but it is a crazy story to say that things like this are happening on a routine basis, which they're not. And if it is happening, I would want to find out why it's happening. So, if people are doing things that are not in the norm of a society, you have to kind of find out why. It's something that Stephen Covey says in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is seek to understand first. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. So let's understand what's going on in these communities. Let's understand what's going on in places where people may not be doing things of the norm. That at least that's what we think is the norm, because there are countries that eat cats and dogs. So something that I wanted to bring up, these 4 traits of Haitians that I think I can relate to because I grew up in Haiti and I have Haitian parents. And, it's important to understand that we're hardworking, we're resilient, we're prideful. And I'm not prideful of saying that we're prideful. And we don't eat pets on a regular basis. Come on now. So hope you enjoy this crazy or not so crazy medical story. And we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening to these crazy medical stories. And don't forget to subscribe and follow this podcast on your favorite podcast app so that you'll never miss an episode.